Life without Drew. What's life without Drew going to be like?
I don't know. That's something you ever really experienced it, being a Saint. So I mean, we're gonna have to trust an organization. I know what we can do defensively, and we're gonna put it on defense. We're gonna have to be able to make all the tackles. We're gonna have to play our coverage right. We're gonna have to be tight. We're gonna have to be on point and play beyond what we know we can play.
What about the confidence level in this locker right now, despite not having
On defense, I mean, I know that we have things that we want to do to control Russell Wilson. Not that you can't control him. I mean, he's overly elusive in the pocket. He's got a guy like Tyler Lockett that can, really create problems in the backfield, down the field stretch. They're committed to running the ball, and that's something that we can focus on.
You've heard, I'm sure, the gloom and doom from some Saints fans in New Orleans. What do you tell people when they say, "Uh-oh," that kind of stuff? How do you answer that at this point?
When you say, I'm assuming you're just talking about defense, because at this point we can only control what I can control. I feel like as a defense we can create more turnovers. We've sort of been equaling out these last two games. It'd be nice to be in the plus side of this turnover. I feel like we get a couple of interceptions, a couple of turnovers, and we can head things in our favor.
It seemed like the organization had a plan for this situation. As a player, did you see that plan? Do you feel that confident in that?
As a player, I feel that I'm in confidence with our organization. I mean, however we decide to move forward, you can't replace number 9. You're not looking to replace number 9. You can't say, what does it feel like, being at practice without our forefront leader, Drew Brees. That being said, practice today, we focused on trying to take the ball away. We focused on tackling. We focused on rallying to the ball. We focused on everything that our defense could do. So when come Sunday, we can control what we can't control.
Playing against Teddy every day in practice, what would you say his strengths are as a quarterback?
I mean, we watched him grow the last year and some now. If you would have asked me this question last year, I would have said, he still needs time to heal his leg. But as of, mid-season last year, I think he's been 100%. You talk about the way he's able to come in last game, and there wasn't no any major turnovers. But now this game, he's taking all 1 reps, or whatever Sean says goes. I don't know. Sean Payton, by the way. I doubt we'll do a Sean McVay thing.
What do you remember about the last time you were at that stadium?
This stadium? I don't remember. I don't know the last time I was in the stadium.
Seahawks.
That was like 3 years ago last time we played here?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
13, 14, something like that.
Yeah. Whatever it was, if it was a playoff game, we didn't win. So if it was regular season, I don't remember. I do know that we're entirely different defense for sure. I know I'm probably the last one left the last time we played the Seahawks. But again, we talk about what we have to do to take away the running game, to be able to focus in on Russell Wilson. And I guess now we've watched a little film on DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They've got a strong wide receiver in Tyler Lockett.
Sean's thought of as one of the more respected coaches in the league. He just signed an extension, which tells you what the club thinks of him. What do you expect from him this week in terms of rising to the occasion, game planning for a different person, that sort of thing?
And your question was, it seems like you answered that. You rise to the occasion, everything that he has in plan. He's one of the more respected coaches. The question was what then?
How do you think that the team will perform under his leadership
Admirably?
this week?
I mean, you go into any game with the thoughts of executing the game plan and knowing if you execute a game plan, you're going to put yourself in position to win the game.
Kim, you're always emphasizing what the defense needs to do. Are
Correct.
there weeks where you take that to a different level, or is it pretty much, the same?
Isn't it?
each
I
week?
mean, aren't we always striving for perfection? In a game where I think we've had 2 or 3 defensive touchdowns, you're always looking for, 1 more. In a game where, you allow 300-400 yards on the field, there's just a clear cut of what you need to do. And one of those tight games where it's maybe 9-6 or 10-7 or whatever it is, there's always an opportunity to get better. So whatever the case may be, we have to be better today. If we talk about last game, there's so many tackles that we missed that we have to be better today.
From seeing him in practice every day, how challenging would it be to game plan a defense against Taysom Hill?
Luckily, I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave that to, Taysom is dynamic in everything that we use him in our offense.